Oops, let's close the music. Hello, everyone. This is Begin with Volosoft and ABP team. You might know me from the community talks. Today, we have gathered here to talk about .NET in general. So that's the difference between this one and ABP community talks. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the beginning. First of all, I would like to thank our sponsors, Via Technologies, Decision Tree, Microsoft, DM Consulting, .NET Foundation, PACD, and Apex Drive. Please be sure to check Via Technologies, Decision Tree, Microsoft, and DM Consulting's rooms, which we will cover in a second. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you the Community Live, which is the live stream platform that we are streaming right now. You will have the chance to take a look at the tracks. Track 1 and track 2 will be our live streaming platforms for you to check out the talks. The first talk will be, the first track will be about keynote speech and 6 different talks. And on the track 2, we will have 6 different talks from those beautiful, talented speakers. For the first one, we have Taswar to make the keynote speech, and he's going to introduce Founders Hub from Microsoft and talk about supporting founders' idea to exit from Microsoft. Then we will have our first session in which Nicola is going to talk about chopping the monolith, and Melissa is going to talk about Azure static web apps with fullstack.net on track 2. Then we will have our sponsor, Via Technologies. They're going to introduce their services. If you would like to check them out, please be sure to go to their sponsor room, in which they will also make a raffle. So be sure to join to their raffle. You can have more knowledge from the bottom flow from there. Then we will have, for the second session on track 1, we will have Daniel to talk about performance tricks he learned from contributing to the Azure.NET SDK. And on track 2, we will have Simon Painter hacking C# development for the truly lazy. Then we will have our 1.5 hour long lunch break. I know you're thinking, well, what's with 1.5 hour lunch break for a virtual conference? This is why we had 1.5 hour long lunch break. You can visit rooms. General 1, 2, 3 are for you and the speakers to engage with each other if you would like to. And then we will have our sponsor rooms for you to gain more knowledge about our sponsors, Volosoft, Decision Tree, Via Technologies. Again, be sure to attend to their raffle, and DM Consulting and Microsoft. And then we have 90 Second, which is a cool feature Community Live offers you guys along with the photo booth. We will cover them in a second, but you can take a souvenir photo from photo booth and network using 90 second features. Please be sure to share your photos with ABPConf23 hashtags so we could see them and retweet your tweets from ABP Framework account. Then we will have the third session. On track 1, we will have Sean to talk about Aloha.NET Maui, and on track 2, Glyton is going to talk about scaling ABP on Kubernetes in production. After that, our other sponsor, Decision Tree, will introduce themselves with a short video. And if you would like to learn more about them, you can visit their room. After that, for the fourth session, we have on track 1, Cecile to talk about orchestrating stateful workflows with Docker. And on track 2, Joseph is going to talk about application architecture patterns. On the fifth session, Halil Ibrahim Kalkan, who's the lead architecture of ABP Framework, is going to talk about Kubernetes integrated microservice development with ABP Studio. In the meantime, on track 2, Jimmy Engstrom is going to talk about running Blazor in production, the lessons he learned from his experiences. Then, last but not least, on the last session, we will have on track 2 Todd Gardner to mention web app observability, and on track 2, Isaac Levin is going to talk about updating all .NET Framework apps. Then we will announce our end of Ruffles, which include 3 ABP commercial team licenses and 5 Mastering ABP Framework ebooks. To tell you more about the rooms, you will see, as I mentioned, General 1, 2, 3, they are dedicated to you guys and the speakers. And we have Volosoft, Decision Tree, Y Technologies, DM Consulting, and Microsoft. You can see their availability in UTC time right below their names. You can join to the rooms with your name and microphone and camera if you would like to. It seems like this when there are multiple people in the room, so it's very similar to Zoom meetings. If you're not comfortable with opening your camera and microphone, you also have the chat section for your convenience. Then to talk to you more about the 90-second feature, which is a cool feature. It's like speed dating, but speed matching for networking purposes. You are obligated to log in to community.com. So if you didn't already, you can do it with the email address that you are watching this session right now. For this one, you will get randomly matched with another attendee that is in the 90 seconds feature. You're asked to put your Twitter handle so you can keep in contact with the people that you have matched with from your social media handles. It looks like this. If you would like to share the photos, please be sure to include ABPConf23 again. Then you can check out the schedule, what to expect from track 1 and track 2 from the schedule section. If you would like to learn more about the speakers, you can check it out from the speakers section. They would have their biography and social media accounts in there. And we have 2 cool templates for you to take a picture of yourself. And if you would like to share them on Twitter or LinkedIn, you can do it directly. Or if you would like to download and share in other social media accounts, you can do that by downloading the picture that you just took. And it's going to look like this when you click on the tweet. Right now, without further ado, we will be with Alper to talk to you about the yesterday, today, and the future of ABP Framework. Hello, Alper.
Okay, thank you. Am I sound clear now?
I think yes.
Okay. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the time zone you are in. It's lunchtime here in Turkey. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Alper from the ABP development team. Today, I'm going to shed light on the innovative work of Volosoft, our company, and give you brief notes about how we started and the point we have reached. So me and the ABP Frameworks Brain team have been .NET developers since the early 2000s. We have created many projects from scratch throughout our development lifetime. And we saw that we were repeating the same things every time. The only thing that changed was the business logic. And there were dozens of features in common. We started our journey not to reinvent the wheel on every new project. We decided to make it as open source. And after seeing the great interest of people, we decided that we should devote full time to this project. At this point, 3 friends quitted from the previous company and founded Volosoft to focus on this project full time. The name of the project started our journey was ASP.NET Boilerplate. We came with a very simple and impactful idea. Don't spend your valuable time to recreate login, authentication, user management, localization, audit logging, multi-tenancy, exception handling, and so on. And it has been a long time since we started this project, from 2013 until now. So this project was so popular among .NET developers that it reached 11K stars on GitHub, and 12 million Nugget downloads have been made so far. And we have released 232 versions, and 176 contributors contributed to this project so far. And the project succeeded in entering under the umbrella of .NET Foundation. Today, there are hundreds of projects and systems currently using ASP.NET Boilerplate. In order to continue the success we have achieved from ASP.NET Boilerplate and to survive our company, we have implemented a new project called ASP.NET Zero for enterprise companies and users who want more advanced features. This project has been using the open source ASP.NET Boilerplate under the hood, but this time we used a paid theme called Metronic, and the .NET developers loved ASP.NET Zero. We made a tool that generates CRUD pages. We implemented line of business features like LDAP account security features in this project. We also provided premium support to the customers. And finally, with the money we earned, we could continue our open source projects, new project, and contribute to the other open source projects. As you know, things change rapidly in software development, and fundamentals are key to adapting quickly. In recent years, microservice architecture and modular software development trends have been attracted so much attention. Some of the projects start with microservice architecture, some out of necessity, and some just because it's trend. Although ASP.NET Boilerplate is a powerful and rock-solid framework, it still needs to fully meet modularity and microservice infrastructure requirements. So we sat down, decided to write a framework from scratch. The name of this project is ABP Framework, which gave its name to this conference, and that we'll spend our efforts on for so many years. So fellows call it ABPIO for short, but both are accepted. ABP Framework has been developed as an open source project since 2016. And we have released 164 versions so far, and it reached almost 10K stars on GitHub. And we got 16 million downloads on Nugget until now. While ABP Framework is an open source and free project, we made the ABP commercial for enterprise companies and users who need high-end features. This product is again built on the ABP Framework. In the paid version, we offer CRUD page generator, ready-made modules, and stylish theme. Our dedicated team provides premium support for the paid version. It's a project with a perfectly implemented multi-tenancy infrastructure. Its reputation has already spread among the .NET developers around the world. Whether you are planning to build a lightweight application with monolithic application, or a complex, scalable, evolving application with clear domains, the ABP microservice templates are the best choices for your next project. All the templates are layered with DDD and comes with the best practices applied. With the paid version, we provide also custom development, live support, trainings, tools for maintaining your project. And there are several pre-built modules to kickstart your project, like GDPR, audit logging, chat, account module, language management, forms, CMS, blogging, SMS, payment. There are so many ready-to-use modules. And it's already being used by world-leading companies like Microsoft, Siemens, international banks, government institutions, and rated high scores by the users on Capterra, Software Advice, GetApp. We didn't just make frameworks and project templates. Our UI design team has also built a standalone theme. It supports MVC, Angular, and Blazor user interfaces. On the other hand, we write books to teach ABP better and to transfer our experiences to the other developers. Mastering ABP Framework, written by Halil Ibrahim Kalkan, helps you gain a complete understanding of the framework. And implementing domain-driven design is a practical guide for how to implement DDD. Building microservice solutions is a reference guide for developing and managing microservice-based applications. Community ABP.io is the address where ABP framework users and .NET developers post articles and watch training videos. On this site, users get informed about ABP's development progress, version history, and ABP-related events. Another thing is ABP community talks. These monthly live shows hosted by the ABP team are casual sessions packed with community content, demos, Q&A sessions, discussions around what's going on in .NET and ABP. To reach our past events, tutorials, and training videos, check out our YouTube channel. At Blog ABP.io, we share our experiences, C# tips, latest .NET features, and news from other technologies. One of the key features of being a community is to bring members together. For this purpose, our Discord server is the place where you can showcase your ABP projects, share the tips that work for you, catch up with the latest news, and chat with the community members to exchange the ideas and have fun. We also attend other events like Microsoft .NET Community Stand-Up, .NET Conf China. Every year we attend NDC London. We don't just deal with our products, we also contribute to the open source ecosystem. As we benefit from the .NET world, we give back by writing tools, articles, and also sponsoring organizations like .NET Foundation, OpenID, Blazerize. And there is a very talented team behind these projects. Thanks to all the team members and community members that make this product great. I wish you an enjoyable conference today. So I am giving the words to Taswar. He will introduce you the Microsoft Founders Hub.
Hi, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. My name is Taswar Bhatti. I work for Microsoft. And you might be wondering, why am I talking about Founders Hub all of a sudden? It's like a .NET conference. Well, I am a .NET developer too. I've been working for 25 years with .NET. The reason that I'm talking about Founders Hub is because a lot of development actually is done by developers, and a lot of companies actually started by developers too at the same time. So it's not just basically the development, but actually a lot of companies, like if you look at Google, and even Bill Gates was a developer at the end of the day. So, I mean, Founders Hub is actually a program that we could actually utilize. Great. So showing the slides. So let me just, okay, great. So this is Founders Hub. What is Founders Hub? What we're going to be talking about is, okay, Microsoft for startups, basically, Founders Hub. It's a digital platform that you could join. Anybody could join. It's open to all. There's no funding required to actually join Founders Hub. If you have an idea that you want to actually start ideating on, you can actually join Founders Hub. So it's a level of commitment to propose a company to forward its growth, basically. If you're trying to grow small companies or ideas that you might have to actually grow into a full-fledged product of some sort. So what are the basically building blocks of Founders Hub is actually, so you build your own pace application of whatever that you want to do, and you have almost 150K free Azure credits that you could use. You get free access to powerful development and production tools like GitHub, Microsoft 365, GitHub Enterprise, basically, and Microsoft 365 for it. You have a startup-friendly offering by partners. So there are partners including OpenAI, basically. OpenAI is part of it, and you could actually use OpenAI and all these other partners who will be able to support you. You receive mentorship, basically. That's a big deal, too. You get mentorship from Microsoft and outside people, too, business leader and technical experts by joining Founders Hub. So going forward, what are the main ideas that we have for Founders Hub is actually you first start with ideate. So you have an idea of some kind of product or something that you want to build. You ideate on it, you join Founders Hub, and then you move on to develop. So what does ideate actually contain? Actually, you could ideate the project. You have like certain amount. I'll go through how much credits that you get on each stage, sort of thing. These are all levels, we call it inside Microsoft. So you actually move from level to level. So when you ideate, you have an idea, sort of like you're ideating on like how this would work within the Microsoft Azure environment. And then you start developing. Basically, it's more like an MVP that you're developing into it. You have a strong conviction that this product actually would work. So you build a minimal viable product, and then you move on to grow. Basically, now that actually I have a product, I need to grow it. I need more customers into it. That's how you get the traction to it. And then eventually it's going to be scaled. So it's very, very popular now. You need to scale it to a next level. So that's where these 4 levels actually come in. You could build on your own terms. Basically, you could have Microsoft provides you with 150K over 4 years. So you could think of each level as 1 year too, if you want to. There's Visual Studio Enterprise for you for free. GitHub Enterprise. There's Microsoft 365, OpenAI, Power Platform that contains Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, Dynamics 365 too. So when you build on your own pace, what's the credits that you agree? I'll actually go through each one of these later on too. But like, I mean, this is like a high level sort of thing that you see about it. First, you start with ideate. So you got 1K to actually spend it because you're quickly trying to see how this would work. So you got 1K for it. And then you could move to the next level where you actually are developing. So you need more money for it. So you get 5K. And then you go into grow, where actually you need to actually expand your what you're doing, 25K, and then you need to scale 150K basically out of it. Again, the offering is quite starter friendly, sort of. You got OpenAI, you got Miro, you got LinkedIn that is provided for you too. You got Stripe if you want to use Bubble. All of these is offered. Now, if you go down into the deeper level of it, what are these levels? Ideate, develop, grow, and scale. So when you start with Azure credit sort of thing, you see that, okay, 1K per year, but you can move to the next level too. So you could get more money sort of thing. There are conditions that you need to provide in order for you to move to next level 2 at the same time. But like you could see level 2, you get 5K, and level 3, when you're into the grow, you got 25K. Level 4, you got scale. You got standard support. You got 10 seats of like 365, GitHub Enterprise, Power BI, Visual Studio Enterprise. Visual Studio Code is free anyway, so anybody can use it. OpenAI, you got 2,500 credits, 6 months access to OpenAI if you want to do AI stuff, which is hot these days. Clarity and Bubble. And then more breaking down, you got Power Apps and Power Automate, Dynamics 365. You got seats for it. If you are building other product with SaaS and Sadra and all these Miro, you got all of that. You also have LinkedIn Premium. You got LinkedIn Sales Navigator if you're like trying to get more sales and stuff. Recruiter too to actually get more. LinkedIn Ads too, which is great. And all these other products, basically Stripe payments. You actually get Stripe. And then you actually, here's what it is. You got your startup expert network. That actually starts at level 3 onwards. And if you start with the technical advisory, it's more like level 2 onwards. And then if you want to learn content, actually it's all the levels you can learn. It's free content that you could learn from it. But like, I mean, you need to move out of stage level 1 in order to get more like if you want a solution architect to speak to, hey, you know what, I'm creating this and all that stuff. Then basically you have to move into the next level. It's not your ideating sort of thing. You are really building a minimal viable product. So that's when you actually get those extra things. LinkedIn benefits, again, like all the levels contains it. Sales Navigator, Recruiter, and also Business Premium. Technical supports, technical support, again, I'm going to go through later on too, is like basically you could log into the portal and actually get technical support. You could open up a ticket and all that stuff. There's advisories, there's technical champs, there's Azure App Consultancy sort of thing. There's Fast Track too, actually to help you to move your product. So there's all these actually extra things that it provides. There's training and events that you get invited to. There's mentors. That's very key thing, that you actually get mentors to mentor you on your product. What are the guidelines to actually get started with this? You must be engaged with development of a software or a service, like a SaaS product of some sort. It needs to be something that is actually a profitable business. So it's not like, hey, I'm going to start up my own blog or something like that. It's not like this. So it has to be some kind of a solution that you're doing. Your startup must be privately held, pre-seed, seed, series A to C. It cannot be an educational institute, like, I mean, school or something that you're getting a startup. It's, so think about it as in a profit sort of thing. Government entity, you cannot be. Personal blog, deaf shop. If you're a deaf shop, you cannot actually have, these are the guidelines. And you cannot be getting another same startup and then trying to apply again, sort of thing. Your startup must not be previously enrolled in Microsoft startup program. So, I mean, let's say you exit it and then you're coming back and applying for the exact same kind of a program. Okay, so these are the datas that I have. This is 31K basically companies in the platform currently using it. 76% are founders, self-identified as technical. 75% startups in early stage, so pre-PMF. What PMF means is product market fit. Basically, they haven't found the product market fit, so that's right. So how do you apply? Basically, and that's number one question that people are going to ask. How do you apply for this? It's simple. You basically join at startups.microsoft.com. You start from there. It's that simple. Startups.microsoft.com. You log in and then you apply for what you actually want to Founders Hub sort of thing. You start your application from there. You need to provide some information, and then we go through a review process, and then we approve or deny you. Deny is usually happens when you actually lack information, for example. But like, I mean, most of, like, last quarter, actually, Turkey was the biggest one that actually got approved, and the most startups in the world basically for last quarter. So that was actually pretty good. So once you're in the portal, let's say you already joined, how do you get support? Basically, you could actually go into the portal, and then, like, there's a form that you fill out, and then you could actually get a technical advisor to actually look into your the issues that you're having. Basically, support for X technology. I'm trying to do open AI or something, and I'm having this issue. So you could see on the right side there's this portal. All the benefits that you could do is actually all listed there too. So you could actually, it's one portal that satisfies everything. How do you move up a level? Basically, you'll need to update your there's a typo there. Update your company profile in Founders Hub. So you actually have to, let's say you're moving from level 2 to level 3, for example. You need to put in that partner information. Then you actually move up, sort of thing. Let's say you have some investment venture that actually are a part of your partners. So you would put that information that I actually got this funding, sort of thing. I'm moving from level 3 to level 2 to level 3, which is grow, sort of thing. So that's where you put in, and then we look at it, and then, like, you get actually more credits for it. There's one more key thing too. You need to spend at least 50% to move up. So it's not like, hey, I got ventures and I still have credits. Can I get more credits? It's more like you have spent your 50% at the current level. Now you actually have this venture, and then you can move up, basically. If I have an existing Azure account, how do I add credits to my subscription? So basically what happens is, like, if you already have an Azure account and you join Founders Hub, in Founders Hub, you could actually add a linked account, sort of thing. Like, you would actually ask people to join their email. So let's say you are abc.com, sort of thing, that you're your own company. You would actually invite those people from Founders Hub, and then they would invite, and then it automatically links those accounts, and then you'll get credits for it, basically. You need to accept the invitation. That's the other thing. You need to invite the company's email people, and then you need to accept it. That's how it actually joins it. So what happens after 1 or 2 years? Like, I mean, what are my next steps, sort of thing? So if I started this Founders Hub thing, like 1, 2 years, what do I expect, sort of thing? It all depends where you want to go with the company, sort of thing. You could think of it as each level as 1 year, like each moving from 1 year to the next year to that, or you could move faster too. It all depends, up to you. So you could think of it as 4-year program if you want to. And you could, I mean, there's a potential you might become a Microsoft partner or some sort, that you might actually offer your products on Microsoft's Azure Marketplace. So those are some of the potential. If I used all my credits or want to get more credits, what do I do, sort of thing? I'm on ID8. I used up on my 1K. I want to get more money. So again, you could level up. You could get more credits by going level up. You need to make sure that you at least use 50%. That's how you level up. Again, updating the profile, putting more information. That's how you level up. Again, updating your business profile. Your company website, partners, funding, how much fund you raised, and all that stuff. Those things come into account to actually move you to level up. Okay, can I use Microsoft logo on my website, basically? So Microsoft has its own brand, sort of thing. So you cannot just say that, okay, I've joined Founders Hub and can I just use Microsoft logo? Usually it's trickier. So we don't actually want people to use our logo, but you could actually use Founders Hub. So you could just say that, okay, I'm part of Founders Hub, and you could release it in your press release and all that stuff. That's totally fine, but not quite the Microsoft thing. How many times can I apply for Founders Hub? So each startup can only join for once, the Founders Hub program. So you cannot join twice. So let's say your abc.com was approved and you joined it, and then you exit the program and then you want to join again. That's not allowed. You can apply again if you got rejected, though. So let's say you're abc.com and then you applied, you were missing some information or something like that. And then there's basically, we rejected you, and then you could actually apply again after a waiting period. So you could apply and provide more information. Maybe you're missing some information for it. So that's pretty much it from my side of things. Thank you so much.